Nest 外卖手机点餐 APP 邀您共赏。
各位观众大家好，我是黄逸凡，谢谢您收看逸凡风顺。这个疫情呢发展到现在呢，我们大家都待在家里闷死了，然后想要上街买东西呢，又很担心在这个购物商场里面呢受到这个疫情的波折啊，所以大家现在就疯狂的在网络上购物。可是，在网络上购物的时候呢，我们大家又不知道为什么都会这样一窝蜂的买，然后有时候都还买了一些我们不想要买的东西。所以我们今天呢就来跟大家探讨一下这个网络购物背后的心理学，我们为什么会这样疯狂的购买，然后我们在网络购物上呢还会得到什么样的乐趣跟感受。那我今天呢很荣幸请到一个这个网络购物的专家，那他们的公司呢专门是在研究网络购物的发展、科技的行为，所以我们今天很高兴的请到 Predamix 公司的这个主管 Dimitry 先生呢来到我们的节目。Hello, Dimitry.
Hello, Dr. Huang. 大家好.
Could you please briefly tell us what does your company do?
Yes, to put it simply, Feedonomics provides a technology solution that helps companies list and sell their products everywhere people shop online.
Does that mean you help big company on the shopping website to organize their content to make the consumer have a better shopping experience?
Yes, and we do that through our technology. We help brands and retailers improve the quality of the content that they're publishing on these shopping websites. So what we do is we help improve the product titles and the content that you would see on product landing pages on these e-commerce websites. And by having this better quality content that's better organized, it helps shoppers find these products and make choices about actually making those purchases.
So ever since the pandemic started, is there any cultural change or like in online shopping?
Yes, so one big change since the start of the pandemic is that companies that traditionally didn't sell online lost the majority of their sales because people don't go shopping in person unless it's for essential products like groceries, and even then, a lot of people are getting those delivered to them now. What we're seeing is a shift that there were many brands that traditionally only sold and could be found in store or at malls, and those companies are now trying to figure out how to start selling their products online. So what you're going to see, and what we've seen as a trend so far, is you're starting to find a lot more brands that are selling directly to consumers online, and as part of that, you may actually even see better prices for those products.
So is there any special items that we haven't seen but during pandemic has been changed?
So there's a major shift in the type of products that are being purchased by consumers now. And besides things like personal protective equipment, so that's masks, gloves, and what we see at the start of the pandemic when you went to the store, you couldn't actually find toilet paper or paper towels. We've seen household supplies, groceries, entertainment products, and fitness equipment in particular start to increase in sales. And so at the start of the pandemic, if you wanted to go and buy a bicycle or other exercise equipment, you found that a lot of stores had them sold out, even if you went to the stores in person or whether you were looking for them online. Products actually dropped in sales, and so those products are typically related to travel and social events. So that would be things like luggage and suitcases, swimwear, party supplies, formal wear, and wedding dresses. And unfortunately, many people actually had to cancel their trips, had to cancel their weddings. I actually had a couple of friends that postponed their wedding. They don't know when they're going to get married at this point.
So apparently, from what you told us, people are starting to be more cautious about their health.
That's correct. You're seeing a lot of people purchasing home gyms, buying into new programs where you can watch on TV and kind of with the equipment you bought, follow along and do the exercises with virtual trainers.
So what's the most fun and interesting item now jump to very high on top of a category people shopping online?
Yeah, so one of the interesting items that I saw that were kind of at the top of sales were bread machines. So people at home are wanting to make bread, they're buying these machines, and a lot of people are actually picking up cooking as a hobby because they're not able to go out to restaurants.
So since you are an expert in online shopping technology, I'm sure you also understand the behind the scenes psychology. So what is it that makes people feel good about shopping?
In general, shopping is an empowering activity because as a customer, you are the king and you get to make all of the decisions. You decide which store you want to shop at, what you want to try on, and ultimately what you're buying and spending your money on. And businesses are going to great lengths to make sure that you have a really great customer experience when you're visiting the stores, when you're trying these products, and if something goes wrong, you have a good experience, dealing with maybe product returns or something like that. And so when you're going to shop at the store, you have shopping attendants. If you're buying shoes, they'll maybe help you try them on, measure your foot size, go get the stock. And in those cases, those people are trained to treat you with respect and project positive energy for you. There's also a process of learning and self-discovery with shopping. You learn about what you like, what you don't like as you're trying these different things, and you have all these options available to you, especially when you're doing shopping online. Shopping is also a really great way for us to satisfy our needs. These can be things like basic needs, like groceries, what am I eating tomorrow or today? Or it could be things that help improve your self-esteem and help you fit in with society or your group of friends. And so what you would be shopping for is maybe you'll be looking to upgrade your wardrobe, and that gives you more confidence. Another way to look at it is that it's a precursor to positive changes and events in your life. And so when you're, for example, going to have a baby, you shop for baby clothes. That activity really becomes part of the anticipation of the happy events that will happen in your life. Another part of shopping is when you're making these purchases and you're acquiring these things that you want and like, you have a release of dopamine in the brain, which is the pleasure hormone, and that makes you feel good and more relaxed. All of this essentially leads to an increased level of happiness and self-confidence.
What is it particularly about online shopping that's so attractive to people?
There are a number of factors that make online shopping more attractive to people. One, I would say, is the product variety. So when you're shopping online, there's a tremendous selection of products that you can actually find, and it's much larger than what you would see at the store. For example, Amazon's goal from the early days was to be an everything store. And so what they aim to really do is to get as much of a broad selection of products as possible. If you have a physical store, what happens is you have limited shelf space. In the virtual world, there is no limit on the shelf space. There can be as many products as a brand has, and so they would want to list their whole product catalog for consumers to be able to discover and make purchases on. So it's kind of one of the goals that Amazon had early on. They wanted to be an everything store, and they very strategically went out and tried to get as many products across as many categories on their website as possible. And so that makes it really appealing for consumers, and it's also why a lot of consumers are actually going to Amazon to start their shopping journey. Another important factor is the convenience. So with physical stores, they're not always open. Maybe you want to go get something late at night and you can't. So with online shopping, you can shop anywhere, anytime. You don't have to worry about your work schedule. You can essentially take a few minutes out of your work day, go on your phone, make a purchase. It's very simple to do that. And another part of the convenience is that you can actually get the products delivered to you. You don't need to drive to a home furniture store, walk around, pick out a product, figure out how to actually get it delivered to your house. And another piece of it is that you can actually avoid the crowds and the long checkout lines, which is particularly important when you have a pandemic. Comparison shopping and better prices are another reason why e-commerce marketplaces are particularly appealing to consumers. These places have many merchants that are offering each product, and they're all competing on price and convenience being speed of delivery to win your business. Another piece of it is that you have less pressure when you're shopping online. So there are no salespeople, shoe salesmen that made it a positive experience for you at the store also puts pressure on you by making you potentially feel bad if you're leaving the store without actually purchasing the product. So there's no pressure there. You can browse as many products, as many stores as you want. It's also much easier to get product replacements and refunds. You don't have to go to the store and bring that item there. Typically, you get a shipping label provided to you. You can send it back to the online store, and you don't have to go and talk to anyone. You don't have to explain. Typically, you don't have to explain why you want to return something. The whole process is much easier. Whereas at the store, in a lot of places, you'll get questioned, well, why do you want to return this? Is there something wrong with it? One more component of shopping online is the privacy. So when you want to purchase products like underwear or medicine, you may want to do that in private. Instead, you can browse these products online, and the packaging that these products are sent in is usually discreet. Another component of it is information availability. You can learn about the product features. You can actually see a video demonstration of how the product works. You can read reviews to learn about other people's experiences with the product, and then you can judge if that product is going to be right for you.
所以，我们今天呢，在这个Dimitry 先生的解释下呢，其实我们听到了在这个购物给我们带来的一些这个心理的愉悦。那网络购物呢，它给我们的一些感受呢，其实是大不相同的哈。在购物的过程中，我们当然能够享受到释放压力的方式。不过呢，在疫情过后，我希望大家还是可以重新的呢，人与人之间能够有更好的相连跟理解，然后彼此呢，在除了购物的乐趣中呢，我们还有更好的人类沟通。So thank you, Dimitry, to help us to understand a lot of valuable information today. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you.
您好，我是戴琳。观看更多节目精彩片段、深度新闻报道，请点击荧幕左上方的精选影片。喜欢我们节目的话，请点击左下角的节目图片订阅。还有，别忘了下载中望电视手机 App 观看电视直播。感谢您的收看，我们下次见。